Hello and welcome to the San Antonio Education Partnership's virtual celebration of first-generation college students. While our plans to gather in person for an inspiring celebratory luncheon have changed, the purpose of our gathering has remained the same. Today, we are focused on the first. Being the first in a family to attend college is empowering. We all know that education opens doorways and is a tremendous advantage. However, despite the grand opportunities of higher learning, the reality is that being a first-generation college student also brings a web of challenges. From financial barriers to the difficulty of blazing a new trail with little support, to navigating higher education systems alone, I could go on and on about the challenges. Yet, our city is fortunate to have an organization that addresses these challenges. The San Antonio Education Partnership steps in to help students meet those challenges, remove barriers, and bring hope through advising, mentorship, and scholarships that make higher education a reality for all students, especially our first-generation students. Since their founding in 1989, San Antonio Education Partnership has served over 100,000 first-generation students. They've awarded over $15 million to first-generation students alone, and 72% of the students they serve are the first in their family to attend college. As the mayor of San Antonio, I'm grateful that our community has an organization like San Antonio Education Partnership who is dedicated to walking hand in hand with all students, helping them achieve their higher education dreams. Today, we honor the passion and perseverance of first-generation students. You'll hear their stories and testimonials, and you'll be inspired by creative works of art and expression, all by first-gen students. And the exciting part, we will be awarding several scholarships to first-generation students. We are so glad you're with us today. Thank you for your generous support of our students.
Good afternoon. I am Lisa Cunningham, the Executive Director of the San Antonio Education Partnership. We are so glad that you could join us today. Wasn't Southwest Legacy High School's marching band just incredible? First off, I want to recognize our presenting sponsors, Valero, USAA, and First Smart Credit Union, who I know are gathering in small groups to safely watch the program today. Thank you all for your incredible support. As you heard from the mayor, we are excited to be awarding several scholarships today. In celebration of our first-generation college students, we launched a creative art scholarship earlier this fall. We asked students to depict what it means to be a first-generation student through any form of creative expression. We were amazed by the submissions. And today, I am honored to announce the winners of our first-generation art scholarship award. The 10 winners of a $3,000 scholarship are Kevin Marquez, Mia Ortiz, Christina Esquivel, Dulce Chavez, Elisa Gomez Torres, Jasmine Alua, Delilah Castaneda, Cielo Navarro, Nimsi Coronado, and Jaylene Gongora. Congratulations to each and every one of you. During this event, you will get to see some of the winning pieces, and you'll even get to hear from these incredibly brave students. Prepare to be blown away. You just may see yourself in some of these pieces. Enjoy.
In my life, I've dealt with fear and doubt. I've wondered if I have what it takes to graduate and have a professional career. These challenging moments are represented in my artwork as the stormy mountains and spiky cactuses. In my art, I am at the top of the highest mountain to represent how graduating is my ultimate goal and sign of success. I also included a white bird in the same direction that the figure is looking at because birds are a sign of hope and fate to me. If you believe in yourself, anything is possible. This is the quote that keeps me motivated. I remind myself in difficult times that all I need to succeed and overcome is to believe in myself. The white bird represents this. My father was born in Mexico and is a construction worker. My mother was raised in Mexico and is a housewife. Having a family of 6, we've never had much money to spare. However, my parents have always done everything in their power to provide for us. I chose to represent my father in my art as his work boots because of his hardworking nature, while my mother is represented as a wooden rolling pin because she's always made sure that my family and I are fed, safe, and loved. My parents are one of my greatest motivations. Although my parents can't necessarily give me advice on school due to the language barrier and overall different life experiences, I'm forever grateful for the unconditional support and love that they show to me. The sun behind the figure demonstrates the warmth that their love makes me feel.
Being a first-generation student is a significant privilege for me. Having access to a university education is an experience that not everyone has. And because of that, I am personally motivated to go further because I can then demonstrate to other students that anything can be possible for them. I am from Honduras, a country where the possibilities to attend university are limited. And one of the most significant obstacles is a lack of financial aid. Growing up in a developing country taught me that life possibilities are few, and if one opportunity presents, it must be taken. After all, it's better to attempt and fail than to not have tried. My greatest challenge as a first-generation student has been adapting to the higher education systems. Since I did not have a family member that attended a university, I guided myself to get into college. Despite all these obstacles and academic pressures, I always kept myself with perseverance and good attitude. My greatest triumph as a first-generation student is being able to experience college and receiving my education. For me, education is the key to success. It is invaluable.
Ama, Apa, the words you never told me, I sought for in others. I learned English on my own at 5, but you never praised me. I translated documents and helped you in stores, but when I couldn't pass math, you shamed me. Will you say everything's fine at least? I'm in high school, and you tell me I need to start working. I wait tables and begin earning, but I'm behind in school and coming home late, so you think my priorities are becoming misplaced. Aren't you happy I'm doing what you asked at least? I got my license on my first try. I burst through that door with tears in my eyes. I tell you how excited I am, but your face doesn't change. With a slight nod, you quickly fade. Will you say congratulations at least? I graduated at a time where things were unpredictable. I looked at you with the paper in hand, but I felt invisible. Well, that's what you're supposed to do, you say. How did getting my diploma just become a regular day? Will we celebrate at least? I always heard from others that they were proud, so it feels selfish to say I felt alone in a big crowd. But I searched for a voice that was always near, just to hear a few words unique to my ears. I hope you know I don't blame you. You were either working or afraid to be in a room where everything was new. Maybe you worried I was growing up too fast, and maybe you regret the silence from our past. I'm in college now, so I know what to expect. I will repay you for all the struggles you went through, just like we said. But what if I fail? Tell me I will prevail. Will you tell me that at least? No more silence, please. Because ama, apa, the words you never told me, I sought for in others, and I got hurt.
I must work hard so that my dreams can become a reality, which is what the crescent moon represents. The tree represents achieving different goals that I would not have attempted if it weren't for the sacrifices of those who came before me. The vine symbolizes the progress and the lessons that helped me grow as a human being. The night sky means having to face dark, self-critical thoughts from my own mind that pressure me into believing that I am not good enough, as well as figuring out how to navigate in a world full of the unknown. My journey includes migrating to the United States as a newborn, moving between two different cultures at once, and feeling like I did not belong anywhere, which is illustrated in the girl me riding her bike. The girl is reading to gain knowledge, which represents my responsibilities to make sure I am prepared for my future. As I find my way to the top of the tree successfully, I experience joy despite my struggles. The fireflies represent joy as well because they illustrate life's guidance and my experiences with all of the people who had an impact on my life and molded me into the person I am today. Pride is symbolized by the tree's roots because they nurtured the tree with my Mexican heritage. My ancestors are connected to the roots along with my mother because although my family migrated here 18 years ago, we still keep in touch with our cultural roots. My successes would be graduating at the top 25% of my class, becoming more independent, and making my family proud. This is portrayed by myself at the top of the tree wearing my cap and gown while holding my diploma.
In my photograph, Reach for It Mija, my father is holding out a sunflower. The sunflower represents the fields my parents would work in when they were migrant workers. Sunflowers are what my mother harvested when she was pregnant with me. My parents would always tell me about their struggles as migrant workers, represented by my father's worn and calloused hands. In our family, sunflowers represent hope and the sun that will come after the rainstorm. The struggles growing up came with my father losing his job when the company shut down, and my mother with her thyroid cancer. They both stayed so strong to cover what they were going through to make sure my siblings and I stayed happy and focused on school. My youngest sister's hand is wrapped in my graduation tassels from South San High School and Palo Alto College. The red wrapped around her wrist represents my current journey at the University of the Incarnate Word. From when I was young, I would check in with my parents on whether or not I should do something like basketball or the school play. No matter what it was that I wanted to achieve, they would tell me to reach for it. With their support, I achieved so many things in my life, and they've been a huge part of it. This picture illustrates that I can reach for whatever I want with my family's above and beyond support and love. Being a first-generation student has not been easy and still isn't while achieving my bachelor's. But I do cherish every step of the way. No matter what, I'll always reach for it.
Wow, wasn't that incredible? You just heard some very personal stories from first generation students about their unique challenges and triumphs. My hope is that, like me, you were moved by their strength. It was apparent in their work. We want to be mindful of everyone's time and the Zoom fatigue that's plaguing all of us. So instead of a full panel, we have gathered some words from our panelists about their own journeys as first generation college students. Take a look. Thank you, Erica Prosper, Pedro Martinez, and Patty Mendoza for being a part of this event. Now, join me in hearing the powerful testimony of Samuel Huerta, an alumni of the San Antonio Education Partnership.
Life in zip code 78207 in San Antonio's inner city, it was very rough, and I knew the only way out was through knowledge and obtaining education, and just doing everything I could the right way would lead me to being successful. At the time, I didn't know what that meant or how I would do it, but SAEP offered the resources and answers to questions that I didn't even know I had.
This work is so meaningful to me because I know the power that it has, and I've seen it firsthand, both through myself, through my siblings. My 2 younger siblings also graduated from Burbank High School, the same school I did, and we each had our SAEP advisor, and that makes all the difference.
I remember when I was in high school and I was looking at the tuition costs for UIW, it just seemed outrageous, and like I just thought to myself, how would I be able to afford going to school?
Neither of my parents went to college. My sister, we had a 10-year age gap, so I had no idea. So much things had changed. So I felt lost. I didn't see a way for me to get to college.
Obtaining a bachelor's and master's degree allowed me to pursue the goals that I had. And now that I'm 28 years old, all the goals that I had written 12 years ago have all been completed.
That power of belief can do so much, and that's what SAEP does. We believe in our students. We want to support our students. We want to see our students succeed, and I'm so grateful to be able to be part of that continuing mission.
A lot of the kids that I mentor, they have a similar life as mine, so I'm able to understand and help these individuals.
College is for everyone. It can be for everyone. You can go to college, and if you have that little voice inside you saying, I can't do it, or I'm not supposed to be there, you belong in an institution of higher education. You belong in a classroom learning and obtaining a degree. Do not let anything tell you otherwise. If you doubt that, come talk to us, and we'll show you how it's possible.
My goal of anyone watching this video is to inspire at least one younger student to believe in themselves, because there's programs like SAEP that will believe in you, and just with that belief you can accomplish anything.
Hi, my name is Gay Litton, and I'm a proud board member for the San Antonio Education Partnership. I am so moved by Samuel's story, aren't you? But I'm so inspired, even more so, by our first-gen college students and the creativity they use to paint this bright future that they're so willing to work so very, very hard for. I'm also very grateful to share my story, because I too, like them, am the first generation in my family to go to college. You know, right after high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. Somehow I ended up at San Antonio College, ended up in their business department, got my 2-year associate's degree, then went to UTSA to finish my undergrad. I then went to graduate school, then into teaching, where I still am at UTSA after 32 years of being in the classroom. So I know what an education does for these kids' lives. And I'm so proud to partner with you to make this happen. I celebrate the partnership because the college advisors here, their mission is to help these students navigate the college application process, assist in filling out FAFSA, and answering questions these students don't even have a clue of what's in store for them. They are so motivated once they spend time with our advisors, because our advisors convince them that college is for them and that they can do anything they set their mind to, but most of all, that they do belong. The San Antonio Education Partnership makes a difference by listening, motivating, encouraging, and guiding individuals in their pursuit of a higher education, but not just that, for a brighter future. They do this for all students, but the special care they give first-gen college students is truly motivating and meaningful. I'm, again, so thrilled to be a part of this. I know you've already heard this before, but 73% of all students served here are first-time college students from their families. Can you imagine 73%? What an amazing accomplishment. So now I want to put the focus on you. Think for just a second. What does having a college degree mean to you, or a specialized credential? Think of all the road, the challenges and the winding turns that it took for you to get there. And if you're still pursuing that degree, who helped you get this far? What an amazing accomplishment. So whether you are changing a path of your career or going back to school after being out for a while, none of these paths are easy, and you know that, but they sure are rewarding. So I want to give you a second to celebrate yourself. If this applies to you and you finished your degree, you're in the process, or wherever you are in that career, I want you to whisper congratulations. You know what? I don't want you to whisper. I want you to be bold, and I want you to be proud. And in doing so, I want you to say it out loud. I am so proud of what I've done. Now, I know that every one of you watching has a pom-pom handy to celebrate, or maybe not. So you know what? I've got pom-poms with me for you. So what I'm doing is to celebrate everything that you've accomplished. So be proud. But now what you and I can do, because we have made it. We have made it. So now it's our turn to give back. Just think about how more difficult your road would be had you not had that support system. That's what the partnership does. Every single day, they work with students to help them navigate through this process. The reason this is so important is because many of our students, as we said, 73% come from a family who have not navigated this process. So mom and dad don't have the ability to do that support system for them. That's where the partnership comes in. So secondly, these families, these students, most of them and many of them have either financial issues, they have family concerns where it's difficult for them to take care of their tuition and their books. And then plus all those important discretionary funds, we know what those are about. So you know why I celebrate? I celebrate because I made it, and so do you. But I also celebrate an organization right in our community whose mission is to put these students where you and I are. And in doing so, what a future they have. That organization is the San Antonio Education Partnership. As Fatima said in our program video, college can be for everyone. And the San Antonio Partnership makes it their mission to work every single day to make college a reality for students who want it. So today, in celebration of Beyond 12 and our special focus on first-gen students, we have a special opportunity to give a financial gift to make their dreams come true. Would you join me in supporting that gift? Supporting that gift to celebrate and recognize the grit and perseverance that it takes, but especially for a first-generation student. There are a variety of different financial levels that you will be able to participate in and see very shortly, but I want to showcase just one. For just $1,000, you can support one student for 1 year of college advising, plus an extra scholarship for all those fun things that makes college life just such an extra special fun time for them. So join me by saying, I celebrate these young minds, their creativity, their passion, their commitment. But today, join me by saying yes, because it gives us the opportunity to be a part of their future too. Thank you to the San Antonio Education Partnership because of the celebration. When we pursue higher education and it's achieved, it is a win-win for their brighter future. Thank you.
Thank you, Gay. And a huge thanks goes out to all of you for joining us today for our celebration of the first in a generation to go to college. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of our sponsors and a special thank you to our presenting sponsors, Valero, First Smart Credit Union, and USAA. The common thread I saw today is the power of belief. Do you believe in the power of education? Do you believe in our students? Our students are resilient. They show tremendous perseverance despite obstacles. And while they hold a strong belief in themselves, there are times of doubt. In those times of doubt, who is believing in our students and guiding them back to their dreams? If a student is fortunate enough to have a family, a friend, a teacher, maybe a mentor, then they're likely the ones whom our students call on. But for first generation students, the story is very different. These students are blazing a new trail, and oftentimes their own parents and families just don't have the means or expertise to navigate the higher education system. I am proud to say, though, that the San Antonio Education Partnership fills these roles. Every single day, our amazing staff rise to the occasion. Our expert advisors serve as family, friend, mentor, and advisor, encouraging students to never give up. As a part of our family, you can make an immediate difference in the lives of our students, all students, first generation or not. If you believe in San Antonio students and the power of education as the ultimate societal equalizer, please, I hope you'll learn more about the partnership's mission by visiting our website at saedpartnership.org. And if you have not yet, please give to support students in pursuit of a brighter tomorrow. Your gift directly impacts the life and future of a student. On behalf of the San Antonio Education Partnership Board, staff, and all students, thank you for celebrating with us today. And as we close, please enjoy listening to the incredible Highlands High School Marching Band.